Hello and welcome to At Odds by Unibet. Welcome to the show, and I've been demoted to the host position this week, and that's because we have got superstars on the panel: Mark Swartzer, Mark Waugh, and Brian Fletcher.
Emma?
What's going on, mate? Back from overseas?
I am, yep. Just thought I'd come back and actually earn some money for a change, and at least show a face to my part of the.
Speaking
Unibet.
of earning money, you've got a beautiful suit there. Where's that made from?
Is that Italian brand?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I'm not even sure,
Do
actually.
you realise what we do here?
What's
Have
that?
you seen the show?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're dressed like this.
Well, that shirt,
Absolutely.
you've worn that 3 weeks in a row, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Well, it looks like he
You
has.
took that from Pizza
It's
Hut.
Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson, actually. Yeah.
Anyway, good to have you,
Thank you.
Schwartzy.
Been great, yeah. It's great to be here.
Let's get on to the results from last week, and this is your opportunity to do what you do best, Junior.
So I get the,
Talk about
the
your
trophy?
results.
Or?
Yeah, I can't touch it. You know, I'm superstitious.
I'll
so
I'll
we can
take it
pass that
anyway.
over. So,
I've got to say that there wasn't much to beat last week, but I was lucky enough to get a Villiers to win at short odds, and my horse, my wife trains for a place, so money
got that?
again, yes.
well,
But
some
it
of us-
ran third
Yes.
and didn't
That's
pay.
a place, isn't it?
Yeah, but it didn't have enough horses for no third dividend.
But
So
at,
how
the
does
time,
that work?
at the time of the bet,
Yeah.
there was a full field of 9, so they paid 1, 2, 3. So Unibet
I'm-
paid the
yeah.
third place, even though there was a couple of
Oh, it's a
scratches.
protest. I'm putting a protest in.
Oh, really?
Can I have the sign? The other side?
I was out Thursday night on both, with Collingwood losing, Richmond losing, and also Brisbane.
Bronx.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
No,
Bronx
good.
too.
Bronx were terrible.
Hopeless.
Yeah.
Only a point though.
Yeah.
Speaking of poor tipping,
Yeah.
the reason why I've been put into this position, Russ will tell everybody that it was fog that he couldn't get out of the airport in Melbourne,
Yeah.
but he's been put on a 3-game suspension. Minus 350 is just not good enough, is it?
No, not as the
Is
host.
3 games enough?
Drop to the reserve grade.
Yeah.
Three
Why
games?
is he down there? What's the real reason? I heard he got detained at the
Maybe.
airport. Something to do with something.
Not sure. One of those sniffer dogs.
Well, no, I'm not going there, but anyway.
It's time for Around the Grounds, and we'll start with you first, Swartzy. Seeing you're down beside the ground over there in the Premier League and everything. Talk to us about what's happening over there.
Well, Premier League's an interesting one, isn't it? Obviously, tail end of the season. We're looking at Manchester City, Liverpool. I mean, for me, it's only really one team that's going to win. It's Man City. Liverpool obviously have done tremendously well to be where they are. I just don't see they've got the legs to stay in the race. I think Manchester City actually will go so far as probably winning 4 major trophies this season.
What about the top 4, Swartzy? Man United got beat overnight,
They
didn't they?
did, yeah. You know what? Arsenal are going to
Yeah.
be there. They're under Euro Emery. I think they've improved incredibly well over the last 12 months. I think better than anyone expected. They've got the best run going home. I think Chelsea are going to find it really tough. Tottenham is a huge month this month for them. They've got They're playing Manchester City 3 times, twice in the Champions League, once in the league. I just think they're not got enough. They haven't got the depth. Moving into the new stadium as well. Just can't see them hanging on to position.
What do you got against Liverpool? Because Liverpool, they're leading at
I know everyone says that. Are you one of those Liverpool fans? Because everyone gives me stick and think
Yeah,
I've got
no,
something
I'm
against
not.
Well, he
Liverpool.
played for Middlesbrough, which is
Yeah, well,
arch enemies,
same
aren't they?
colour.
Because they've never
but
won.
that's
They've
it.
never
No,
won.
not really.
They've never
No.
won the title.
No,
Since
well,
the
they
Premier-
haven't
since
won
the
it in
Premier League.
29 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
they haven't won the Premier League as it stands. I've got nothing against Liverpool whatsoever. So anyone out there who thinks so, I do. I don't.
Not
Like
like Hammer
Perth
against
fans.
Yeah.
It's Perth fans. That's what they
so
are, Liverpool.
I just think the depth in the squad, they just don't have quite enough. I mean, listen, they've got the best centre half on the planet in Virgil van Dijk. They've been
Good name
incredible
too.
this season. I don't think they've played as well this season as they did last season.
Okay.
Even though they're still in a similar position, actually in a better position in terms of how close they are to winning the title. And Champions League, listen, who knows whether they could replicate last season and get at the very least to the final. But I just can't see them having enough to hold it up with Manchester City because they've just got such a strong squad.
Any value for us to have a look at anywhere?
Well, you listen, I think if you talk about the Premier League title, I think it's a dead cert for Manchester City to win it. I think Arsenal finishing in the top 4, I think would be good value for
Write that
money.
down.
And I think Tottenham missing out,
Come on,
you could probably get a good odd on that one as well.
Yep, like it. All right, racing.
Yes.
Junior.
Huge weekend this weekend. First week of the championships at Royal Randwick. So 4 Group 1s on. The Doncaster, the English Sires, the TJ Smith Sprint, which is as good as the Everest, and one more. What's the last one? The English Sires 2-year-old race. So great racing this weekend.
And
You
you got
going?
some tips for us, or
Well, can I ask you something?
what about
Brutal.
Mrs. Waugh?
Can I ask you about Brutal?
Brutal in the Doncaster.
Yeah. Is that deserve to be favoured? I got a tweet.
That was brutal.
Deserve to be favoured.
It's a very open Doncaster. I think it's 6 or 7 to 1 the field. It's drawn barrier 21, so no, I don't like it from that barrier. It's going to
Okay.
be a lot of luck, but
Righto, well, that's
tricky
great.
race that the Doncaster. There's probably
Did
half a dozen
Unibet
chances.
refund your
Refund
refund.
what?
Your bets.
For
If you
being
get
an
on,
idiot.
yeah, if you get on too early. No.
Yeah.
What about
Anyway, great racing this
Mrs.
weekend.
Ward? She got anything for us?
Yes, we've got Gothland, who ran third last week. He's running in the Chairman's Handicap.
They
which
didn't
is
pay a third dividend.
which
I
is
remember
a
that.
Group 2 race. Yes, they did actually. So Group 2 race on Saturday. The Gothland can run a good race too.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good stuff. No doubt we'll hear from your tipster. He'll give some tips later on, will he?
I don't know who.
Billy Haskins.
No, don't know what you're
What
talking
about the NRL?
Okay.
Fletch,
Yeah, I know,
what's going
up
on?
and
A few
down.
upsets
I
last
know.
weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what the issue is. Penrith. What about Penrith? So we thought, Schwartz, have you seen or heard about the lewd videos that have been out?
I have,
Yeah.
I've heard a little bit about
Okay,
it. yeah.
I'll show you after one. I've
Okay.
got one in back. But during the week, the general manager of the Panthers, Gus Gould, said that he was unaware that Ivan Cleary was going to be was made an approach to Ivan Cleary by the chairman because Gus wanted to get Wayne Bennett, so he sounded out Wayne Bennett. So this is all blown up during the week. So they've had the off season from hell. Now there's dramas between the chairman and the general manager. Well, I don't know if there is dramas. They mustn't be talking.
How can there not be dramas?
Well, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand how Gus didn't know that the club had approached Ivan Cleary to come back and coach. But anyway, they're playing the Tigers, who Ivan used to coach last year. We're talking about the bus. Get on the bus. Yeah. Well, the Panthers bus is looking shabby.
Bring back Anthony Griffin, I reckon.
Well,
How's
mate,
the
he'd be cheering.
relationship though with Gus and Cleary, considering Gus got rid of
Gus
him, right?
fired him because he was
Yeah.
tired. I don't know. It can't be healthy. Might
Power
be like
struggle.
your relationship with Russell Barwick next week when he comes back. But
Yeah,
look, I think Penrith can get back. I think Penrith can get back on the winners' circle.
What about the Broncos? They were disappointing last week. Are they still a threat to win the premiership?
I think they are. They've got probably the best young pack in the competition. But this is the problem with young packs. They were up against the Cowboys. We saw Pangai Jr. had a stormer.
He got hammered last week, Pangai.
Well, I mean that's the trick with the young players. It's easy to get up for those big games. They're playing against the Cowboys in the local derby. This is a huge test because they're up against the Roosters, who are the reigning champions and who are going really well.
What about Eels Sharks this week? What's that tell us?
Well, that's my value bet. I'm tipping the Sharks. I know
I'm
you're
going the Eels. I thought
Yeah.
I know they're halfback.
Dylan Brown, the young kid, the superstar. He's done his back, so I think he's out for 12 weeks.
I thought they played better than the Roosters for 60 minutes of that
Yeah.
game.
Pity it goes for 80 minutes. That's the only
Yeah, well,
problem.
that's
we have.
true. That's
the only
true.
problem.
But still,
That's the
it
only
means
problem.
they're playing with
They
a bit of
did-
confidence. Anyway,
The Chooks did put 18 on them towards the back end. But,
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Sharks have won 5 in a row, the last 5 against the Eels. I like the value.
they're due to lose.
$1.95, I think. There's a bit of value there if you're a Sharkies man.
all right, well, I'm going to jump in on the AFL before you guys did, because did you see the free kick that was paid the other day
I did.
with Sicily?
Yeah,
I didn't see that. No.
that was
Honestly.
disgusting.
It's and I stick up, I'm the AFL man. I love AFL coming from Victoria, but I've lived here a long time in Sydney, and I'm sticking up for AFL all the time. But that was just pathetic.
Yeah.
The game has got so soft, and it's unbelievable. A little push and shove, not even that, and they're turning around, and then suspensions and reports. It's
It's a
unbelievable.
bit like
at the moment.
soccer, isn't it, when they take a dive?
Right, so you have a go at football or soccer all the time, actually. You're a lot harder than the AFL
Yeah,
guys.
I think you
have to
are.
Actually,
say.
do you get upset if someone calls it soccer? You one of those
No,
blokes?
not really. I mean, I grew up with it being called soccer. I'm just used to now being away for so long, always calling it football. And we've tried to educate the public that it's called football.
How's that going for you?
We're struggling a little bit, but otherwise, listen.
Did it used to upset you when teams like international level, dived all the time? You blokes didn't, did you?
Not so
did
much,
it actually
no.
come across your mind that
Oh,
we
it was horrendous.
should
Particularly
start
playing in the Asian Confederation, it was a nightmare because every time they would waste time from the minute the whistle went off. There'd be players diving around, and all of a sudden they get stretchered off. And the minute they get stretchered off, they jumped up and ran to the halfway line.
Have you ever taken a dive?
No.
No.
So
back into his net?
yeah, should have. Yeah, probably a couple of times that happened, but no, I didn't. And actually, one time in Thailand, we played a World Cup.
Whoa.
qualifier.
Should
Yeah,
we stop
I know.
the cameras?
No, it's not one of those ones.
Oh, okay.
Is that what Russ is?
It's not one of those videos. No, one of the Thai players
Detaining
actually
big
got.
cock.
He came in and I challenged him and I got the ball, and he was laying on the ground. He came off second best, and I just played on because I just thought he was acting.
Yeah.
But he got stretchered off and didn't come back on again.
You're a big boy.
Last one to talk about is basketball March Madness, and absolutely unbelievable with Duke going down. I don't know whether you saw it, but Zion, he is an absolute superstar, about to sign for big, big money, either with Nike or Adidas as soon as he gets drafted #1. So big surprise, but that's it for Around the Grounds. All right, time for the shot clock. You guys need to be quick. Stop playing up now,
Okay,
all right?
fair enough.
Here we go. NRL, Roosters 1 to 12, $3 versus the Broncos.
Very generous. Yes,
Back.
back.
Okay, AFL, Pies 1 to 39 versus West Coast. They're on fire, the Pies.
Yeah,
Yep.
back that.
Backing
Like that. Yeah.
NRL, Panthers versus the Tigers, total under 36.5 points. Both teams struggled to score a bit last week.
Yeah, nah. The fog's
Yeah, I'm
an
backing
issue,
that,
isn't it?
back-
Play,
Slippery
Tigers win
ball.
by a mile.
AFL, Crows versus my boy, the Cats, who are on fire. Either team to win by under 15.5
Yeah,
points.
it's a close game.
Lay that.
Yeah,
Mate,
close
backing
game,
that.
that one. And the racing, Elise, $6.50 for the Doncaster.
Nah, too tough a field. Lay that.
Got no idea.
Okay, and stay with racing, Osborne Bulls, $4 to win the TJ.
Yes,
Smith
Good
Stakes.
horse. Like
This is
him.
your
Back
horse.
him.
I'm going late. No idea
I'm backing.
either. Pete told me.
NBA, Bucks to beat the 76ers on Friday.
Bucks, yes.
Bucks,
Yeah.
get on the
Yeah,
Bucks.
yeah,
Bucks.
A-League, Sydney
Get
FC,
Bucks.
Melbourne victory under 2.5 goals.
Lots of goals.
Lots
Yeah.
of goals. Okay, we
Go-
like that.
go
And
Sports
Conor
News,
McGregor to fight this year in the UFC. Is he full of it?
Yeah.
$2.25.
He's going to wrestling,
Because
WWE.
he is full of it, and yes, he's
He's in
definitely
jail,
going
and
to
he's
play.
lay that.
It's time for my favourite part of the show. We've got the Hail Marys and the Slam Dunks, but get to Unibet website and have a look at the inflated odds you've got on all of our tips. Some really generous odds, but also the footy fill-ups. We've got in the NRL, the Tigers at $3, and we've got the AFL West Coast at $3 as well. We'll start with mine, fellas. I need a win this week, and I have in the AFL, I've got Melbourne, Collingwood, the Bulldogs, Hawks, and Freo. Almost $5. So
Is that a Hail Mary?
Yeah, it's gotta be double
$4.75?
Hey, I need a win. That's a Hail Mary for
That's
me
a
right
slam
now.
dunk, isn't
Swartzy,
it?
what do you got?
I'm going the
gotta be
EPL.
more
I'm
than
going to
that,
say, I'm actually, what I said earlier on, I'm not against Liverpool fans, but I tell you what, I think Southampton are going
Yes,
to
you
beat
are.
Liverpool.
You hate them.
No, I don't.
Underdogs?
They will be, absolutely. Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Well, my odds are going to be a bit more generous than Hammers, hopefully.
Yep.
I'm going NRL multi. I've got the Eels, the Dragons, Melbourne 13 plus against the Doggies, which I don't want to see, but I think it'll happen, and the Warriors.
Okay, I'm sticking to the NRL theme. I've got Sharks -4.5. Manly 6.5 against the Bunnies. Warriors, who were dreadful last week. I don't know why I've backed them. -6.5 and the Chooks. Now you can get juicy odds, 15 to 1.
Ooh.
I followed your lead last week with your win, all right, at $2.20.
Good man.
And now we've got Russ as well, so he's still got a voice. Ramwick, race 6, Kiamichi, is that it? A place?
Kiamichi, yeah.
The Ramwick,
Won the
race
Golden
9, Dixie Blossoms a place, about $15. So let's get into
Yeah.
slam dunks now.
Just put a pen
Slam
through that.
dunks. I have NRL, Roosters, Warriors, Storm, 13 plus, about $4.
Okay.
What do you got?
EPL again, Huddersfield, they're down, gone. Premier League, apparently, unfortunately, Aaron Moy, Socceroos, gone. Championship football next season, Leicester City to win away at McAlpine.
I'm jumping on yours.
Okay, yeah, I like
John
that.
Smith, actually, it's John Smith Stadium now.
John Smith, okay.
And you, Smithy.
I'm going to Royal Randwick for my slam dunk, and this is a place multi. Osborne Bulls to place in the TJ Smith. I think can actually win it, but we're going safe here. So the place into Castle Vecchio
Wow.
in the English size for a place. So there you go. That'll be about $4.50, I
On
reckon.
fire, Junior.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm going the Raiders and the Storm in the NRL, and I've gone to the dark side here. I've got the Crows as well, the Adelaide Crows. So paying about
Bit of
$4.
versatility there.
Yes.
And Russ, he's got Hawthorn, and in rugby he's got the Blues, Rebels, and NRL he's got Manly and Melbourne approximately.
Sorry, what was
$8,
that? What was
no
that last
chance.
one? Rugby.
Rebels, yeah.
Is
Do
he-
you know that?
Weird.
Is he spreading himself a bit thin, Russ?
I think
Or
he
is
is. I think he is. He could get more than 3 games suspension the way he's going.
Jack of all trades, master of none?
You know why he's detained in Melbourne?
No.
Because of that bet. That's exactly why.
Well, fellas, what about in the baseball this week? $300 and $400 million contract extensions for some of these guys. What's some of the contracts that you guys have
You'd have
played
to take a
with
pay
that have
cut
been
to get
amazing?
that.
Schwartz was on that when he was keeping that.
Easy.
What about you? You would have seen some massive deals.
Mate, yeah, huge deals. Some players I play with, Alan Boksic, Croatian, came to Middlesbrough. He was on about 120,000 Australian dollars a week. 3 months he was brilliant. After that, down tools. Couldn't see him. Remember one day he didn't turn up to train, said, I'll send a doctor around. Doctor turned up, said, don't send him, I'm not going to answer the door. Turned up knocking on the door, he wouldn't answer the door. Turns out he was in Rome. He wasn't even in the country. Another one was Dimitar Berbatov, played him at Fulham. Phenomenal player on his day, 200 grand a week. And
How do you spend that?
Yeah.
mate, who knows? But he just,
Thailand?
You can buy
you've got something about Thailand, haven't you?
I love Thailand.
Yeah.
They play
Hello to our
rugby league over there.
Thai viewers.
They play league over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Bangkok Bengals.
What about you, Fletch?
Shifty on the short side. Now, look,
Besides you.
when Super League hit,
South.
in 1995, when Super League hit, there was some crazy money getting thrown around, and the great Steve Edmond, who was playing for the Tigers at the time, I think he got about 450,000 to go up to the Cowboys, and I think he 3-year deal, might have played a year, but there was huge money getting thrown around. I missed out on all
Junior?
of that.
Well, I'd compare that to the IPL. The money the guys get in the IPL for 6 weeks' work, they're on a lot of them over $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million. So, as a general statement, I'd say the IPL players are getting very well paid.
Not naming names. I'm going to name names.
Not names.
When I played in the NBA, Fletch, Kevin Garnett, 19 years of age. This is 23 years ago. He signed for 126 million US, 21 million per year. Absolute superstar, but just crazy money back in those days.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
You
I
don't
just
pay,
wanted to carry his
you don't
bags.
pay income tax over there. Oh, you pay income tax, but it's a state tax, right? Is
You
that
pay
how-
both. You pay a lot. Don't worry about that. We'll see you guys next week, but don't forget to get to the Unibet website for all of the inflated odds and those footy fill-ups as well.
You're a funny man, and you're given credit for the grenade
Yes.
post-try celebration in the Origin, which has probably caused Origin sides after that a bit of angst because they got a little bit shirty, the Queenslanders. But tell us the whole story about the grenade.
Okay, so we towed up Queensland the previous 2 games, so we're going for a clean sweep. Now, remember back in 2000, the Footy Show they used to do those try celebrations?
Post-try
Post-try
celebrations,
celebrations.
yeah.
And when they got it off the Americans.
Yeah,
Well, David Gingell, who was on the board member of the Roosters,
yeah.
Grab-
Also Channel 9.
also Channel 9, grabbed that State of Origin team, the Game 3, and took us to an advanced screening of Any Given Sunday. And in that movie, they do a try celebration, which was the hand grenade. So the public hadn't seen it. So we went, and as we used to do in those days, go on a bonding night for 4 or 5 days. We watched the movie, then went out and a drink. We were at the Bourbon and Beefsteak. I don't remember this because I've had a few too many head knocks, but we practiced the hand grenade in the bottom dance floor of the Bourbon.
Bourbon and
Now it's
Beefsteak.
changed now.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Ricky Ponting's been there. And down there, it's changed enormously now, but there used to be that dingy little dance floor down there.
Not that dingy.
So we practiced it.
A little bit dingy.
Yeah, we practiced it down there, and game day came. I scored a try, my one and only Origin try, and we were toweling up Queensland. I think it got to 50-16 or something. That was the final score. I scored underneath the sticks. Ryan Girdler came running up to me and said, "Let's do the grenade. Let's do the grenade." And I said, "What? I don't remember. He goes, "Man, we did the grenade." And I said, "Righto." Gerds had rounded the troops,
them up.
and we just did the hand grenade. So it all came flooding back to me, that little Bourbon incident. It was about 4 a.m. Bang. And everyone to their tee, took their positions. But the following year, the first thing Queensland did when they got into camp was watch that. They watched that and saying how disrespectful for that. I mean, it wasn't disrespectful. We just put 50
It was
on
totally disrespectful.
No, it wasn't. We put 50 on them.
was
I'll
still
tell you what was
totally-
disrespectful, them not tackling that game. So, but many people believe that that's when they went on their run. But don't forget,
So you are responsible for New South Wales winning and New South Wales losing.
absolutely, I want something out of it, like a maroon tracksuit. But we went on a bit of a run. Obviously, Queensland had used that as motivation. Looking back on it, people ask me, "Do you ever regret it?" And I say no. I say no. It was fun, and everyone else was doing it. I just happened to be the bloke to throw the hand grenade.